Hello, everyone. My name is Terrence Williams. I'm here to do my week 4 video, and I'm doing it on Backbone JS, which is a framework, JavaScript framework. We've been doing this month AngularJS, which is another top JavaScript framework that's out there. Um, I had decided to choose Backbone JS because doing my research, I saw a few of the applications that Backbone was used in, and it kind of amazed me with the projects that used Backbone JS, and also, because there were some familiar applications, and also finding out some of the things that this actual JS framework could do in the background or front end of a web page, such as everyday use of Hulu, um, RDO, even to USA Today and NBC News. These companies are using Backbone JS in some of their productions of their web pages, like NBC News here. So a lot of popular companies are using it, and I could, from what I understand from the reading that I got from the research on Backbone JS, um, it's very popular, and it's a very strong framework to use. As you can see, there are some very familiar applications that use it. Like I was saying, MapQuest, Dropbox, Tumblr. It's a whole y'all of Pinterest, um, which of course I'm pretty much sure everybody knows about that one. Um, my wife uses that one a lot, but anyway, going forward, um, so I decided to use it anyway. Um, Pretty much most of the frameworks, or all of the frameworks are that we use today are pretty much open sourced, and I have a lot of other things in common. They all have the concept of views and events, data models, and routing. Um, but Backbone is a pretty much lightweight model view control framework. It was pretty much thought of or brought about in like 2010, I think they said it was, and quickly grew popularity, um, because of its ability to be used as a uh, as a framework through heavy use, and with some of the bigger websites it's being used and stuff. They needed this actual framework because of its ability to, do a lot of different things. Um, we can go on and on about the different companies. What I did, I took and also from the site given to us by the instructor, um, which gives about a little information about its usage statistics. You can see that Backbone is a very popular um, framework that's being used. Look at the red here; it's like in the top 1 million that's being used out there. So I mean, that's another thing. It's a popular one. It's not something that I saw that. I mean, that's just my opinion. Maybe I do a little bit more research and practice a little bit more, and it could be, it may be not as hard as it looks. But I, from what I've seen, that Backbone is kind of detailed and has a lot of odds and ends that you have to understand to get it to work. So what I did, instead of going through and I went through and did looked at some of the applications and things that used Backbone JS, and I saw a actual example of it being used on this site here. It used basically as a web app to choose like different services you can get, and based on the services you choose, the you can see that where Backbone has made it so where it not only selects that service, it also and puts the total in, and you can see it adds up the total when you're ready to it's like a purchase type site thing, and it adds up the total when you choose the different services, and you can click order. When you click order, it lists the services you want or whatever, and if you need to go back, you can go back and choose other sites. I mean other services. Um, so if we take a look at the code, we'll go find the code here. We take a look at the code, we see that the HTML, of course, it gives the title. This is your first Backbone app. It links to CSS, Google Fonts. You got your body, and then it goes into a form and gives you an H1 that names the actual form. Put some IDs on the paragraphs, and then you got your submit button here. This paragraph gives you the total, so this helps add up the actual cost of the different services. Of course, it's got a footer here that leads you to be able to go back and download the actual example. This actual example. We'll go into the CSS. We'll look at the CSS, just mainly the basic. I mean, it's no different from any other CSS we've ever done. So it's a pretty simple CSS. But if we go look at the JavaScript or the Backbone JS, we can see here pretty much it's real detail. It's a lot of detail here to get things to operate as they should operate. We got the creation of the model, which is the service, and back uses the Backbone. Like in Angular had the ng app or the ng model. Backbone has backbone.model extend. Then it goes into like the defaults and the title, the price, and when you check it, it gives a false or positive check when you check on a particular service. Then it goes down if you toggle through the function. Again, it goes into checking the item off. Now we're going into a list of the collections or services that can be used. It goes into a get checked function where it returns that checked item is true. Here it gives you the number of services, or where you can go in and you can put the services that you desire. So we can really like go in here and change this, for example, web development, and it'll change what is actually listed in here, and you can that's the service. But this is how you set up the services or set up the actual list that you're using within this tutorial. You go further down, we're talking about the view now. We're going into the view of Backbone. It goes into we just left the model, so we're going into the view. And this is how you toggle the view or get the view to operate and listen to the model that you created. Here's some more code that goes into creating the HTML. Returning the object. Again, some more for the view, the main view of the application. Again, and a lot of the control function here to get everything to do from the modeling view and the controllers to all work together in sync. And this is pretty much it right here as far as the job, the Backbone JS is concerned to get this site to actual work. They did happen to also in this site, this creation, this tutorial, they did happen to use PHP to get this actual order. When you click order, it goes here and then you can click to go back to the actual index page. So they did inject some PHP in there, and we won't get into that much because that's not what we're concentrating on right now. We're just concentrating on the backbone itself, the Backbone JS. But pretty much, Backbone is a very popular framework, as I was saying before. You can go to backbonejs.org to download all the dependencies and things. And it also gives you an explanation of how Backbone pretty much works and how to get started with it. See, as it goes into the models and the views and stuff, it shows you how the actual course of actions or you input and it goes to the view, the data goes around to the model and changes and runs back to the view again. Same thing here, but it's basically it. It was a wonderful experience going and finding out about this framework, and I will be doing more research on it because I'm very interested in knowing or even putting to use what this framework has to offer based on, again, just going back through seeing the different applications that use Backbone. These are some everyday applications that we use. Trello, I don't know if you guys know about this site, but you can use to organize yourself. It's pretty good. I use that myself. Let's see, a couple more. ESPN for all you sports junkies and PlayStation Store uses it. SoundCloud uses it, and it is used either whether it's for how the actual app goes back and forth to different aspects of the site, or sign up forms, or I mean, it's just different things it's used for. It's not necessarily used to make the whole site necessarily, but there are different aspects of the sites that uses this framework to operate. Even the white pages, and that's about it. There's plenty more. You guys get a chance to go through and look at them. Just go to Built with Backbone JS, and you can find out more about the different companies that use this framework and see the wonders that it does. Thank you for listening. I welcome any feedback and anything that can help or whatever make this better or make me better. Thank you.